Hello everybody and welcome to the GMS Magazine YouTube channel. I am Paco Garcia and this is Top 2, the show in which a bunch of us are gonna give you our top 2 tips on a multitude of topics related with role-playing games. Today, Roberto Micheri and Steve Houchard join me to tell you our top 2 tips on how to handle character death. You game? Character death is something that happens in pretty much, well, it has to happen in every role-playing game. At some point, somehow, for some reason, your character is gonna die. And if you are a games master, you are going to kill some of your players' characters. It kinda just happens. It has to. But how you handle it, it can make a difference between your players having a good time or not having a good time at all. We get very attached to our characters, especially if we have played long campaigns, which, well, I do very often. And I love my characters, especially if I get them from low-level ones and then get them onto very high level. Also, some games are actually expected that your character will either fall into some sort of horrible death or will go out of game because of, sanity, for instance. But how do you handle that? Well, these are our top 2 tips. If this is the first time in this channel, please do remember to subscribe now and click on the little bell that you will see beside the subscribe button so you can get notifications when we upload more videos. And also, do leave us a comment. Let us know what your top 2 tips on handling character death actually are. And if you want to participate in these videos, because we would love to extend the invitation to more people to share their top 2 tips, do wait until the end of the video where I will tell you exactly how to get there. Now, when it's about death of a character, my top 2 tips would be, firstly, make it fair. It's just not fun when a character death feels like is a, because it could be funny, or because there's a grudge between players, or a grudge between the GM and the players, or because it's something that is meant to happen. If you have an encounter that's meant to be really hard and yet the players make it easier, fine, don't just kill them. If you're gonna kill anybody, if anybody's meant to die, let that death be fair, because it has to happen. My second tip would be make it epic, make it necessary, make the death of that character to mean something for the game. However, I don't care how, but make it that death means something, that it is necessary, that it is important, and that it will be remembered. Make your deaths fair, make your deaths necessary. Those are my top 2 tips. Now let's hear from Roberto Micheri and Steve Houchard, who actually have better advice than me.
Top 2 tips to handle characters' death. I would say don't let them die. Don't allow characters to die just out of the blue. Make it significant. Make it meaningful. That's kind of cheating. That's not really advice to handle character death. Let's assume characters die. How do you handle them? Handle that. First of all, my experience, don't allow the players to just sit at the end of the table and sulk for the rest of the adventure until they can roll up a new character. Hand them an NPC, have them help you roll for the enemies, keep them engaged in the game. It could be I was going to say it's not their fault that their character died, it could very well be, but keep them engaged. Have them do something until they can roll up a new character. Second tip, I always have a lot of NPCs in my campaigns. The characters travel with not necessarily hirelings or followers, but there's NPCs involved in the adventure that are very near to them and are easily picked up as a replacement character until the character can roll up a new character. I'm not going to force them to use that character, but have that available. I'm going to cheat. Third idea, don't punish them for the character dying. Don't make them play a first level character if everybody's at 10th level. Make the adventure fun. Your character dying is often not fun, so try to minimize that. That's my advice. Thank you very much. This is Roberto Micheri. See you soon.
This is Glass Half Code, and these are my top 2 tips for handling player character death. But before we start, I'm going to wave my hands here and ignore all the high-level play situations where resurrections are common. For player character death to be noteworthy, it has to be more than a minor inconvenience. The story is over. Applaud. We often get attached to our characters. If they get enough screen time, we spend a lot of time with their hopes and dreams. And when they die, all of those great ideas we had for the future are now gone. What we're left with is a bunch of what-ifs and a hole in the party. No one wants to see their journey end prematurely. For all the GMs and DMs out there, make your player character deaths count. Let them die for what they believe in. Let them die protecting those they love. And if you can't make it count, make sure that they die well, preferably as a hero. Because no one wants to see their character die like a chump. And before they're gone for real, give the player the choice of their character's last words. It is potentially their last act of creation for that life, imagined such as it is. And for many people, it is the first step towards closure. I die hard. Many players are heartbroken by the death of a beloved character. This is normal, and a sign that they're engaged with the game. Sometimes they need space to process it all, sometimes not. If you need to, get the game to a good stopping point and try to get your players sorted out. And if that means ending the game early to talk about it, that's okay. It might not seem like it, but this is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to try something new, to build drama around the severing of those plot lines, and a chance to increase the drama around the ones that remain. You get to offer despite the tragic loss, to the proceedings once the remaining heroes prevail. It is a catalyst for your plot points, and one that doesn't arise all that often, so it's worth capitalizing on it when it does. Work with your players to tell a more compelling story, one and now punctuated with a tragic loss. Show them the ramifications of this in the world. Bring up the old character too, so long as it isn't too painful, to remind the player characters where they've been and the cost they've paid. Such events are common in dramatic storytelling, and they're just as powerful in role-playing games. For those players missing a character, help them build a replacement at least as interesting as the last. Get them excited about the new plot points that will invariably arise around them. Help them to weave their new life into the space left in the fabric of the group, and help them get excited about the good times to come, because an excited player is an engaged one.
And that is it. I think those are, if I say so myself, pretty good tips that hopefully will help you, but I would definitely prefer to hear what you have to say. How do you handle death within your games and within your characters? As I said at the beginning of the video, if you want to participate, and please, if you have a podcast, a vlog, a blog, anything at all, and you would like to participate in these videos, we love to have you around. Get in touch with me through our Facebook page. Just send me a message and let's talk. Because it's just as easy as sending me a clip of your video as and when, and that's it. You're in. We'd love to have you around. For everybody else, thank you very much for being there. It is truly and genuinely appreciated. I hope that you have subscribed to the channel already. We'd love to have you around, and leave us your comment once again. And until the next time, you game. Now it's we've got the intro, and then I go into